Hi, good morning. No, it's rare like this. My name is Marta Ganso. I'm from Startup Lisboa. I'm the manager of partnerships and also the mentoring program at Startup Lisboa. And I'm here today to talk a little bit about what we are doing in Lisbon and also how we are working to become financially sustainable. That's why, like, the theme of this presentation is the reinvention of the incubators to become financially sustainable. So let's start. So who we are. Basically, Startup Lisboa is an incubator for startups from tech, commerce, and tourism. And it's really interesting because Startup Lisboa was born from the will of the citizens of Lisbon by being one of the most voted ideas in the participative budget of the Lisbon municipality. It was born with a mission to support the creation of startups and track their first years of activity, because the citizens really felt the need of an institution that helped this kind of companies like startups. And we also were born with a mission to promote the creation of jobs and the social, economic, and urban rehabilitation of the city center. And we are really fulfilling this mission because by now we are running 2 buildings in the historical center of the city where we have like a lot of entrepreneurs. And we also run a residence for entrepreneurs in Lisbon, which is something really unique in our region. And this residence is not just for our entrepreneurs, but also for the entrepreneurs that come to the city and come to other incubators and accelerators. Because what we really want in Startup Lisboa is to promote the community and the ecosystem in Lisbon. Here you have some of the 3 founders of Startup Lisboa, the Lisbon municipality, a private bank, Monte Geral, and also the Portuguese Agency for Competitiveness and Innovation, IAPMEI. We are a private non-profit association, even though we have as a founder the Lisbon municipality. Some awards that we already received: we are considered the Partner of the Year by the Portugal Ventures in 2013. We won the European Enterprise Promotion Award in 2013 by the European Commission, and we also won the People's Choice Award for Best Accelerator or Incubator in Europe by the London Web Summit. So here I can show you some metrics of Startup Lisboa. We have less than 5 years of existence, so I think those are really pretty good metrics for an incubator like us. So we already received more than 3,500 applications, and we supported 240 startups. And I would like to stress out the difference between the number of applications and the number of startups that we already supported. Because the thing is that we are really selective. Basically, like less than 10% of the startups that apply to Startup Lisboa are really the ones that we incubate. And we think that this is what really makes the difference, because we really just support just the most promising startups. So then we see like really successful startups that come from Startup Lisboa. We can see that our startups already raised more than 60 million euros in investment. We already supported more than 500 entrepreneurs from 35 countries, and our startups already contributed to create more than 1,000 jobs, which was also one of the missions of Startup Lisboa once it was created. Regarding our value proposition, so basically Startup Lisboa, like in Startup Lisboa, we have 2 incubation models. We have startups that are physically incubated and startups that are virtually incubated. The only difference between both models is only the access to office space, nothing else. So basically, like we have applications open during all the year in Startup Lisboa, so the entrepreneurs just need to fill in a form in our website. Then the ones that we think that are the most promising ones, we call them to come and to pitch to our jury, and then we select the best ones to be incubated by our incubator. And so once they start the journey in Startup Lisboa, basically they meet our team and we see where they are, what they need from us, and then we put them in touch with mentors. And as mentors we have like alumni, so other entrepreneurs, our successful entrepreneurs. We have experts in many areas that can share their expertise and help our startups to grow. But then we have like a lot of partners, and I think like our success really relies in our partnerships as well. We have partners that give their services and their products like for free for our startups, and the other ones that give like some discount to our startups. So we have like lawyer firms that come each 2 weeks to Startup Lisboa to give like some free advice to our startups. We have schools of marketing management, from which we have like some professors that come to Startup Lisboa to give like some mentors, some mentorship. We have like partners as Amazon, Microsoft, or Google that give some discounts to our entrepreneurs. So all of this is really important to support our entrepreneurs. Then we run a lot of workshops. Like every week we have workshops and also networking events. And I would like to stress out that we are not an accelerator, so we don't have like this fixed program of some month. But we do really have like some workshops and some events to help the startups growing, and not just helping like with the expertise like in marketing, sales, etc., but also like to build the community, because it's really important for the startups to share their experience with other entrepreneurs, so then they can grow. And I can tell you that, yeah, and I put in the top of this slide that our greatest value is our community, because it really is like the community of Startup Lisboa, which is a really strong community. Like we are like family, I can say. Then we support them in terms of investment. We don't invest in startups, but we do put them in touch with the investors. And then in terms of communication, we have like a team specialized just in communicate what they are doing, and so stimulate the interest of the community regarding our startups, because it's really important. Otherwise, like the people outside of this ecosystem, they don't know what our startups are doing, and it's important because they are bringing innovation to the country and basically to the world. So it's important for the community to know what startups are doing. And we do this basically through many channels like Facebook, Twitter, our newsletter, etc., etc. Okay. Done. Regarding the financing model, and this is like where I would like to focus my attention today. Basically because we have, as one of our founders, the Lisbon municipality, yeah, we have like some support, some financial support from the Lisbon municipality. Also, like our startups, they pay like a fee to be incubated in Startup Lisboa, but it's like a fee that is like below the fair value that they would have to pay to have like access to what we had to them. But the thing is that like we want that we want to be independent in some way from the local authorities, in this case from the Lisbon municipality, because the thing is that like when we really rely on this kind of support, then when it ends, then the incubators end as well, and we don't want that for us. So basically we are entering in other kind of businesses to support like the main activity, which is like to support entrepreneurs. And here I will give you some examples of what we are doing exactly to become financially sustainable. So this is the line of merchandising that we just launched with the Web Summit that took place like in the beginning of this month in Lisbon. So basically, Startup Lisboa is teaming up with some Portuguese fashion designers and creatives exactly to bring to the entrepreneurial community unique products from Lisbon. Like there are a lot of merchandising in Lisbon, but not like merchandising targeting exactly the entrepreneurial community. So that's what we are doing. You can find our products in startuplisboa.facestore.pt. So please go there and buy our products. We'll be more than happy. Then we have a tourism program for entrepreneurs. Like we noticed that there are a lot of people coming to Lisbon. Like with the Web Summit coming to the city, there are a lot of people coming. Lisbon is a great place to start a business. Like it's a great place to do a pilot of a business because there are a really high quality of human resources in tech, in management, etc. Like we have a very nice quality of life versus the price of living in Lisbon, because of course a budget in Lisbon, it for sure it will take longer to spend all your money like in Lisbon that it will take like some money to spend in London, for instance. Then we have like some measures of the government exactly to bring startups to our city, and so we are doing like this program, this tourism program, exactly to attract entrepreneurs for the city. And as you can see, like below, it's a program to mix business with pleasure. So the idea is that like we run a lot of workshops with our lawyer partners. So entrepreneurs will learn how to setting up the business in Portugal. So everything about like the tax legislation, the labor legislation, about all things regarding law, and also we'll put them in touch with the local entrepreneurial community, so with other incubators, accelerators, like the startups, the big startups that we already have in Lisbon, so they can have like this connection with the entrepreneurs that are already there, and they will all also have time to enjoy the city and see what Lisbon has to offer them. And yeah, the next program is going to take place in March of 2017. Yeah, exactly. Then we also are doing some vertical accelerators, and so basically some of the big corporations are looking now to bring some innovation inside. So they are partnering with us, and so basically we are developing some accelerators for them. Here you have one of the examples. We partnered with TAP, which is a Portuguese airline, and some metrics like we received 800 applications, 10% international applications, and at the end we ended up with 13 finalists in the acceleration program. Then finally, the host. It's not like a source of financing per se, but at the same time it is, and I will explain you why. The host is an international startup pass. What is the idea? The idea is to promote like the free circulation of the entrepreneurs around the world. So basically Startup Lisboa is partnering with incubators and accelerators around the world, and the idea is that like each partner has to have like 3 spots for entrepreneurs. And so like an entrepreneur from Lisbon, if the entrepreneur goes to London to have a meeting with an investor, they can stay at an incubator in London for free. So this is like a great way for us to bring some awareness regarding our incubator, and also to bring some startups to our community. So I know that there are a lot of incubators and accelerators in this room. So at the end of this presentation, I would be more than happy to talk to you, because I think this is a good way for us to partner with you. And so, done. Some recommendations. So, lessons that we have learned. So, first of all, we put here, like, be an independent entity from local authorities. Of course, we receive some support, some financial support of the Lisbon municipality, which is great for us, and we are really engaged with them. But the thing is that it really makes a difference that we are a not profitable association, and we are not a department of the Lisbon municipality. And it makes a difference because the procedures are much simpler, like to contract people, to contract services, like to select the projects, everything. It's easier when you are not like a department of a public authority. And also because like the way that general public looks at you is different. That at least it's where we feel it's different. It's different for us. The way that people look at us because we are an independent organization basically. Then startups shouldn't be your main source of financing. Yeah, we really think that startups should pay to be incubated in an incubator because first of all, like unfortunately, I think we really value just where we pay for. Otherwise, we don't value so much. That's what in majority of the cases happen. So yeah, startups should pay, but the thing is that like they are in the beginning of their life, so they don't have like so much money. So we really think that they should pay less than the fair value. And so we have to look to other sources of financing. Of course, like the support of the local authorities is great, and it really makes sense because the local authorities also want to promote entrepreneurship and also want to promote the creation of jobs, etc., etc. But we also think that it's important that the incubators find other ways of financing. And so I think that we should be creative.